Talking with famous people. Hello and welcome back to Talking with Famous People. I'm your host, Eric, and tonight we speak with famous person Becky Porter about her life with the turkeys and also her mother's remarkable love story. Stay tuned to find out what makes it remarkable on tonight's exciting episode of Talking with Famous People. Talking with famous people. You're Becky.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Prefer Becky.
You are a neighbor of mine when I was a kid. I was living a couple doors down from you when you were born.
Yep.
You are the fourth child?
I am.
Fourth child of the Porter family.
Separated by many years.
How much older is your nearest sibling?
Well, Samantha's 10 years older than me. Paul's 12 and David's 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it went kid, 2 years, kid, 2 years.
Let's take a break and see what happens.
Kid, 2 years, kid, 2 years, kid.
Yeah.
10 years pass, kid.
Yeah, exactly. They
That's
say
you
were surprised.
Were your parents easier on you than your siblings?
You know, they insist that they were, but I endured the full brunt of their yelling. Mostly from Dad. Especially after they moved out, then I really got it. But supposedly they were a lot more lenient with me, and I guess I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, your parent, or your family, in my mind, was famously strict.
Really?
Yeah, in my mind, anyway.
Hey.
When I was a kid, your dad was famously strict. So, like, he'd say, "Get home, David," and David would run home, right?
No, the same thing here.
Now, did he use corporal punishment?
No, he'd berate or just yell. The yelling did it. I don't think any of us actually got hit, thank God.
None of you? Even your brothers, before you girls were around?
I'm going to hope that they didn't. I haven't asked, but...
Huh. See, I mean, as I recall, when I was a kid, that was fairly not considered any particularly big deal. Some parents' kids beat them, and some parents' kids didn't.
No,
you know?
I mean, I'm not including spanking here.
Oh, you don't think that counts as being hit? That's what I was talking about. I wasn't saying your dad punched you in the face. All right.
Or pulled out the belt. That's what I was thinking. No, he did not.
But there were spankings.
There were, yes.
Oh, okay.
Usually doled out by Mom.
Interesting. So, when we were both young kids living in our parents' houses, we were substantially different age, because I'm about Paul's age. I'm about 11 years older than you. You must be 33?
Yeah.
So you're about my wife's age.
What? Really?
Yeah, she's 33.
You know, young.
But she's about to be 34.
Yep. Antonio, go back there, honey.
Antonio,
okay.
Hey, come here for a second. It's okay. You can be weird with us for a second. This is your son, Antonio.
This is?
And he's come with you today. You are currently moving, or what?
I'm trying to move.
Trying to move back down here?
Yes. I'm tired of being up in the valley, and I mean, it all depends on if we can do a move-away agreement, work something out with his dad.
Right.
If we would agree to it. There's also the job thing, so I'm currently working on that. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to jinx it.
Antonio, listen, I want to tell you something. It's cool, man. You're cool here. You don't got to worry about it. All right. My wife's really nice too, and so everything's fine around here. You can stay right here if you prefer, for a while. When we get into certain topics, I want to make sure that we, have a certain mental latitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after high school, by the time you were done with high school, I don't know what I was in the midst of, but I certainly wasn't.
You weren't at home.
Wasn't at home by then.
No.
So, tell me about high school for you.
High school was pretty decent. I could give you the basic. Freshman year was good, sophomore year was awful, junior year rocked, and senior year was just ho-hum. It was the last year, looking to get out. I remember being in a distinctly crabby mood at graduation because it just took forever. But then again, there are like 827 students. I was just like, I just want to go. Who cares?
You went to Arcadia High, right?
Yeah.
You're an Apache.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you do anything like band or stuff like that?
No. I didn't get involved in anything. I think part of it was I was scared too, kind of a fear of failure. I was very much a loner. I just ended up sticking around at home.
Huh.
And I think I tried for track, but some kind of timing issue would always get in the way.
So when you were done with high school, what happened?
I went to PCC, and I very much wanted to leave when I was probably about 2 years into it. My mom was like, no, you're already in the habit, just get your degree, just keep going. Now, I had some sudden bursts of inspiration, like, yeah, you know what, I think I know what I want to do now, and it had to do with animals, and that's kind of what kept me going.
When you were going to PCC, had your parents split by that point?
By 23, they were divorced. In fact, I remember my dad calling me when I was at Cal Poly, saying, well, papers are signed, we're selling the house now. And then I thought, who cares, I've been out for a while.
So was there a point when you were living with just one of them?
Oh yeah, they were, let's see, 18, at least a year, probably no more than 2 years when I was at home with just Dad. Mom left.
Where did Mom go?
Mom went to Monrovia, and she spent the next 4 years there, and then when everything was final, she ended up moving out to Arizona with someone that she had dated a while back. They had reconnected.
She had dated this guy before marrying your father?
Yeah, this was like high school stuff. It just,
And they reconnected after she divorced your father?
yeah.
After having 4 kids? And the youngest one was like 20 years old? And then she reconnected with the guy that she was dating before she met your father?
Yeah, this sounds scandalous, but it does seem
It doesn't
that
sound scandalous. No, I am not shocked by the scandal of it, Becky.
Oh,
The
okay.
scandal of it is not a matter of interest. I am stunned at that love story, though.
Really?
It's a love story that survives an entire life with another person, right?
Well, you look at it like that, yeah.
So she's in love with this guy in some sense, initially.
Yeah.
She chooses what she probably considers the more practical concern. This is how the story plays in my head, of course. I have no idea what's going on in Mom's head, obviously. She chooses what she considers the more practical concern. She marries your dad. She has 4 kids with him. She raises all 4 kids. They all get out of the house.
Yeah.
And then, having accomplished that, wipes her hand of it and goes back to this other guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some marital troubles that kind of fed into it, but...
But I mean, she didn't go to some random new person.
No. This is true.
That's crazy. Have you met this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Is he cool?
He's alright. He's...
funny.
well, you like him, but he's a bit of what Sam describes as a blowhard. He's not a bad guy, but I think he would drive me up the wall after a while.
I'm a bit of a blowhard too, though. So I kind of sympathize with this guy.
Yeah, but it's not like I stay with you for a week at a time either.
That's true. That's true. Talking. You, famous PCC, you went to Cal Poly.
I went to both Cal Polys, by the way.
Pomona and...
And San Luis Obispo.
Uh-huh.
Ultimately graduated from SLO.
Okay, and you got a degree in how to make animals more attractive to people. Okay.
Breathing, eating, and kicking the shit off our shoes.
And
Did you just drink my water?
Oh, is this your water? Sorry. I just saw water there. Yeah. I just saw water and I was like, I'll just drink this water, I
Do you
guess.
have anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine. And then you obviously, is that what you refer to as the Valley, San Luis Obispo?
No, the valley is the Central Valley.
What cities are included there?
Fresno, Bakersfield,
And
Modesto.
which city do you live in?
Visalia.
Visalia.
Yes.
Do they have onions there?
Somewhere down the highway, yeah, they do, but it's nowhere near Visalia.
It's not near Visalia?
No, if you go on the outskirts, it's mostly tree orchards, but not onions.
Not onion
Not the
orchards?
lowline. No, onion orchards.
Almond orchard.
Yeah, they have some of those.
Next to your work.
Well,
What
yeah,
kind of orchards next to her work?
almond orchards.
Almonds?
Yeah, but that's 45 minutes south too.
Why
do you
do I think that Visalia has onions?
I don't know. I mean, there's garlic in Gilroy, but onions.
There's a famous kind of onion called the Visalia onion, isn't there?
There's a Visalia, Kentucky. It's possible to grow them out there too.
Okay, well, I'll look into that, and I'll make sure to have a little cut in here saying, actually, here's the thing about the onion and the Visalia onion. So here's the thing about the onions. They're actually Vidalia onions with a D, not Visalia. I'll put a picture in the video.
I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know everything about that city because I kind of turn a blind eye to it.
So did you went there for work purposes, I'm assuming?
Yeah, originally, when I got out of college, I was still working at my old retail job, and I thought I wanted to use my degree. I didn't want to be like others who majored in engineering and ended up doing something completely different. I want to make some use out of it. So I decided, well, I guess I have to go to the mecca of agriculture. And I got a job with Zachy Farms. That's where I met his dad.
Zachy Farms being the chicken place.
That's turkeys. Well, they used to have chickens, and then they split off, and I think they're doing chickens again.
And so, what did you do? Your job was to...
I was a turkey herder.
A turkey herder?
Technically, as a field supervisor trainee, but I was just delivering the goods to each of the ranches, learning the ins and outs of brooding and the grow-out ranches. I think I survived about 4 months there, and I thought, I don't like this. They keep me on a leash. I mean, I had the company truck, the laptop, the cell phone. They had me.
So
Yeah,
you go out and they just say what to you? Like, what did they want you to do? Or like, what were they messing with you about?
I was supposed to be the one that was overseeing each of the grow-out ranches, making sure they're doing their job, and overseeing the health of the turkeys, that kind of thing. I wasn't a foreman, I wasn't a manager of each ranch. It's like, if anything, the ranches were reporting to me. Like I said, I never got past the 4-month mark, so I didn't do as much. It felt like I was more of a ranch employee than anything, because I was doing the dirty work.
Which means what? What is the dirty?
Cleaning the water systems, feeding them, making sure the turkeys didn't kill each other when they were first born, because they like to pile on top and smother each other. Just kind of menial work.
And that wasn't what you signed on for.
I didn't mind that so much. It was more that I realized, okay, there was one weekend where, well, it's my weekend, I'm just going to leave. So I took off, and then when I got back, they said, you need to tell us you're going to leave on your days off, because you have to stay within a 20-mile radius. I said, are you kidding me? You
Why?
basically have to, because they're live animals. If there's an emergency, I have to be there. There are other people working on the ranches that would be available, but I have to be around. So essentially, I had to get permission to leave. And I said, screw that.
Right. Well, the other thing is, you can't have it both ways. If they're gonna have you on call and responsible for everything, then they have to give you sufficient authority to dictate how things are done. It doesn't sound to me like they were willing to do that.
Well, and again, going back to the whole training part, I was still in training. I didn't know. I kind of wish that they would have told me that initially. Like, they'd say, hey, by the way, your days off may be Saturday, Sunday, but you do need to stick around. I didn't know any of this until after I get back from my trip. So, that was the beginning of the end. And also, I think the biggest thing was, here's greed. I was working heinous overtime, and they don't pay for overtime.
Because they probably claim some sort of managerial exception.
Yeah.
But then they're not actually treating you like a manager.
Yep.
Okay, so you met his dad.
I did.
And he was also an employee at this company?
He was a foreman at one of the ranches. And, well, I think the little guy's gonna have to leave.
Yeah, okay.
All right, kiddo.
Yeah, why don't we have you go back inside, little man?
And back in, kiddo.
And let me pause this for a second. That concludes episode 12 of Talking with Famous People. I've been your host, Eric, and tonight we've spoken with famous person Becky Porter. I have more of my conversation with Becky forthcoming, as well as more of my conversation with my wife, picking up where we left off in episode 11. Thanks so much for listening, and like my mom always said, never be afraid to put a little magic in your metaphysics. Talking with famous people.